Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to all the new players. This is the
You live?
yes,
New player.
Awesome.
Lords and Ladies of Fate. In this stream, we play various
No lady
tabletop
tonight.
role-playing games as you, the audience, earn fate chips that can be used to reward or punish your favorite players or characters. You can earn fate chips by just watching, following, hosting, or submitting NPCs if you know how to create them. And with those fate chips, you can heal characters, adjust their skill checks, force them to say silly lines, and reward or punish them by affecting their experience points. As always, the stream is completely free to all viewers, but if you feel inclined to tip, we've decided that all the profits will be donated to the Endometriosis Foundation of America. Tonight we're playing Rifts by Palladium Books. If you're unfamiliar with Rifts, it's a futuristic version of Earth where war and natural disasters devastated Earth's population. Then magic ley lines that crisscross the Earth ripped open, and rifts to other dimensions in time and space opened, allowing all manner of creatures and beings to repopulate the planet. Tonight, we have Katarina maybe showing up a little late. She had a last-minute emergency she had to take care of, a family emergency. But we have Adam playing Billy Wildstar, the Human Ranger. Armand playing Dwyer, the Human Leyline Walker. Kim would be playing Katarina Salvatore, the Gypsy Seer Psy Stalker. Ryan is playing the Hype Wildcard Patterson, Larmac Bounty Hunter. And Chris playing Rungus, the Blue Sea Water Warlock. And I am Matt, your GM for this event.
No adjective.
No, I didn't use any funny adjectives this time. Everything was very last minute tonight, so. So keep in mind, though I'm familiar with many aspects of Rifts and the Palladium Megaverse, there's 100 books with tons of stats and rules. So I have to make a lot of quick judgment calls and educated guesses in order to keep things moving as far as game flow is concerned. Otherwise, it'd be really boring to watch. So also keep in mind that Rift's Earth is a very harsh world, overrun by evil monsters and evil people. Because this is there's very dark themes associated with this game. It's meant to build atmosphere, storytelling purposes, and for our heroes to right the wrongs. Obviously, these aren't themes that we believe in real life or anything. So, we left off second day of the carnival, and everybody was playing games and having fun and interacting, and then we were interrupted by, you know what, that carnival's backwards, isn't it? Let me fix that. We were interrupted by some unwanted guests. And who has Lord, Demon, and Monsters?
I do.
I believe I do as well. Let me double check.
My lore is better than your lore.
By me, I mean Rungus, of course. Lore of fairy folk and demon monsters. I have a bonus. I have a percentage next to my stat as well.
That's for your level up.
I don't understand.
So when you go up every level, you add that much to it for each level you go up. That way you don't have to look up your stats each time.
Oh, that's what the plus is?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a base number, and then we're going to add a certain amount every month. Got it. Not a month. Level.
Oh, I'm not taking every month a level. I don't know.
Is that good? Is that reasonable, a month? Anyway, sorry, continue.
I don't think that's good if we only level once a month.
Well, I mean,
I want to level 4 times an evening.
Well, that would be nice. Is that possible?
How many fate points to level boosts my character to 110?
It'd be a lot.
So many.
All right. So, Rungus, you said you have Demon and Monster lore?
I do.
Go ahead and roll that.
Because we're about to fight these guys, right? We don't know what it's like yet. Right?
You don't know what they are yet, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to find out.
And I'm just waiting. We're watching, see how long this takes.
How long it takes me to roll something? I have my other thing up instead of my Roll20. Here it is. Okay. Rolling 1d20, he says. Everyone, a drum roll, please. I'm just kidding.
No, no. Let's
He
not do that.
Beautiful.
He asked. Dad.
Random encounter, he says. My number says, I don't know, I hit the button. It's still thinking about it. Right? Is that what it's trying to do? It's trying to think.
Don't know.
It's not showing you in Roll20 at all.
Cool. I bet I have to refresh. Hang on, which means I have to
It's not in there.
stupid. I could do it on my phone. Will you believe me if I do it on my phone?
No.
You won't believe me.
No, put it
I'm
put it in
trust none of you
Roll20.
guys.
I have to sit through the.
Oh, you're in. You're in.
Yeah, he's
I
in now.
see ya.
I got to.
Yeah, it's in now.
And then maybe I can do the command. Hang on. Roll 1d20.
Oh, what's up, Spaceman?
Didn't work. Spaceman,
Spaceman.
what's up, dude? Known as Batman, aka.
Space Bat?
Dude, I rolled a 1. That's really good, right? Rolling low is
No, you need to roll 1d100 for a skill check.
sweet. Again, that didn't count. Right below a 35 because my percent is 35. Is that what that means? 19. That's great, right?
19 is good. All
That is-
right.
More.
Dwyer, you also have demons and monster lore at 47%.
Dwyer, it's up to you.
Oh,
now.
what? Sorry.
I said
I
roll.
you have demon and monster lore at 47%.
I do. So I roll 1d100.
Yep.
Nat, the chat was wondering if you have a fourth on your shirt, but it's stylized like the Jurassic Park logo.
Yes, it's aliens stylized as Jurassic Park.
Beautiful. There we go.
All right.
Completely confirmed.
I rolled a 34, and I'm pretty sure that is lower than the 47% that I have.
That is true. You are very good at math.
Yeah, that's why I am an accountant.
So you guys both recognize these things as vampires.
Vamps.
You would know that there's different kinds of vampires. And the way vampires work in Rifts is that there is a supernatural creature, basically, that forms a link with somebody and offers supernatural powers in exchange for servitude. And it becomes this first person who becomes the master vampire. The master vampire, his goal is to go out and create as big of a vampire army as possible so that he can have enough magic or potential psychic energy through all the vampires to create a dimensional portal big enough to bring the supernatural vampire intelligence to this world. So, once you're a master vampire, when you turn somebody into a vampire, they will turn into what's called a secondary vampire, which is a slightly less powerful version of a vampire, but still very human in their actions and mannerisms. When a secondary vampire turns someone into a vampire, they have a chance of being another secondary vampire or a wild vampire, and your wild vampires are wild, for a lack of a better term. Feral.
Quick question.
Yes.
Can DBs become vampires?
Some of them.
Oh.
I don't like where this is going.
Interesting.
So, everybody should roll initiative, which is your D20.
All right. Rolling for initiative and go. How many-
And
Nat,
What's that?
how many are there?
How many vampires?
How many do we see?
I'll get to that in just a second.
we're not around each other if memory serves correct. Is that accurate?
That is, well, you guys are very close to each other, but not next to each other. You're
And we
about.
don't have our weapons.
Can you point to us on the map relative to the baddies when you get a chance?
Sure.
Hey guys,
let me
we
get
don't
the
have our
initiative thing
weapons.
figured out.
Let's remember that.
What's that, Adam?
We don't have our weapons.
Lots of love in the chat. Thanks, Spaceman. We don't have our weapons. That's true.
They're checked at the
I
gate.
am the weapon. Have you seen my teeth? They're sharp. Drawing.
They're covered in tiny fish guts.
So that's going to have to be the first thing we do is run to get our weapons.
All right, let's see. Hype got 10. Do you have any bonuses to your initiative, Hype?
I have 1. Unless I'm motivated, then I have 2.
Okay.
Motivated.
I have no plus, so mine's just au naturel.
I know, I'm so confused by his motivation. Like,
Like if
Is-
I'm hulking up, right? Like
yeah, if he's pumped.
Yeah, brother.
I feel like wouldn't we all be hulking up right now?
No, not necessarily.
no, but like it has to happen. Like I have to take some damage or whatever so that I can like point the finger
Sure.
and start shaking.
Which finger are you gonna point?
This one for sure, brother.
All right, Rungus. Oh, Rungus, you got 2.
Do what?
Said you got 2.
Yeah, roll a 2, yes, for initiative. I have a great initiative roll.
So basically, what that means is it's taking you a long time to actually see what's going on here.
Alrighty.
You were at
Very
the end of
good.
the last session. You were commiserating about all the things that had happened to you, and you were so wrapped up in your own self pity that it's going to take a long time for you to actually determine that something's going on.
But I will immediately recognize them as vampires.
Yep.
Cool. Understood.
Can I go ahead, since I noticed that they're vampires, like get ready by taking some wooden stakes and a mallet out of my backpack?
No.
No.
All right. See, you got 16. Luckily, though, you do have you have a higher initiative, so you got a chance to go before most people will. All right, and then Adam, you got 6. 3.
I could really go for some hot push nuts right now.
Yeah, should have got him while you had a chance.
Yep.
Yeah, for waiting.
All right.
I didn't eat anything except for fish, but at least I ate something, and now I'm not worried. I'm not gonna have to fight on an empty stomach. Sorry. Go ahead, Dan.
That's true. You're sort of well nourished. If nourishment was actually a really big issue for you.
That's true.
All right. So to recap on the board. So what you're going to see. First of all, here's Dwyer. Here's Katarina.
Patiently waiting in line.
Rungus.
The
Hype.
movie, right?
And Billy.
And we're over by the dimensional ride.
Yes.
Got it.
So Rungus, the ones that you are going to see are probably going to be these two over here approaching by the Ferris wheel. You recognize that it's in. What's that?
Wait, where are the enemies relative to us?
Right here. And you're here.
They're off screen. Oh, I see them. Okay, never mind.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, thanks.
They're going to be behind the booth. You can't see them from the this specific camera angle, but.
Got it.
Dwyer, when you notice them, you're going to notice them back here. Coming up
Back.
to this side.
Okay.
I'm over there.
So close over by the booths over there. I see.
Yep.
Okay. So they're coming at us from 2 different angles.
They are, that you know of so far. All right, so while I'm up here, this person, let's see here, what did I just do with, there we go. All right, this vampire just suddenly attacks that guy. Then we've got this guy who's coming in the tent.
Gross.
What he's using protection.
Well, come on, no one say anything.
At
No,
least he's in the tent and not out in the public.
That's true. At least he's
Yeah,
being somewhat.
it could be worse.
Actually, she makes quick order of that guy.
Oh,
She just basically rips right into him and just starts tearing chunks out of him.
Popsicle.
Let's see
she
here.
mashing it. She's mashing it.
This guy. Here.
Vampires. What do they look like? Oh, I haven't seen them yet.
That's
Someone
true.
else should ask.
All right, now it is Dwyer. It's your turn.
So, since I have the lore of demons and monsters, would I know of any known
I'm glad you asked that question.
weaknesses?
You will. So
Nice.
you know,
I would like to know that.
you know that they are pretty much impervious to things other than wood and running water. And by running water, I mean we're talking about it can be the simplest little thing will do some damage. The bigger the stream, the more damage it would cause.
In water.
They are damaged by sunlight, like direct sunlight. If you have like a spell Globe of Daylight, you know that won't kill them, but it will hold them at bay.
Yeah. Lantern light does not do any damage to them, I see as well.
Correct. Lantern Light does not do damage. The crosses and Wolf's Bane, Garlic, all that stuff will hold them at bay. If you have silver bullets and shoot them through the heart, it will stun them.
I don't think I brought my silver bullets with me. No.
I think all our weapons are checked at the gate, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Holy water does more damage than regular water. You would know that if you touch across to them, it can cause damage. Or actually, no, sorry, it makes them recoil. But if you put the shadow of a cross on them, like, for example, some vehicles in Rifts are outfitted with big spotlights on the trucks that have the cross painted on it in reverse, so that way when it shines a cross pattern out.
Like a big bat signal.
Yeah, basically like a bat signal. And that can cause some serious damage, or you can do it on a smaller scale. And then the only way to actually kill them is put the stake through the heart, cut off their heads, and burn their heads and their bodies separate from each other.
Jeez.
And I don't know any of that.
You don't know that, and Billy, you don't know that. You
Try and
guys know,
forget.
you probably heard of vampires, but you know that they're nasty monsters, but you don't really know much about them, other than
So
some general lore about, maybe some.
Like something we would gather from movies and whatnot, right?
Yeah, basically.
I was in a tag team with a vampire once.
El Vampiro.
Yeah, these are real vampires. Okay.
Hey,
not your luchadores.
it's real to me, damn it.
Are they susceptible to any types of magic at all?
Actually, I do believe they are susceptible to magic. Let me double check that real quick, since that's actually really important to know.
Nailed it.
You do know that they're not susceptible to fire until they are staked, and then suddenly they become very subjective to fire.
Yeah.
You know that they can turn into vampire form and wolf form. I mean,
Okay.
and mist form.
Oh, I was about to say, man, that's some scary stuff.
I wish I could be mist form.
Oh, every time you go, you're missed by me.
Nice.
You beat me to it, Armand.
Oh, that's nice. I get it now. It took me a long time.
Okay, so
Okay.
magic will hurt them, but it will not like incapacitate them or kill them.
Okay. Can it immobilize them? Or
Depending on the stuff. So like blinding flash will temporarily blind them. Cloud of smoke or sandstorm can impair them. Stuff like that.
can purple mist knock them unconscious?
That's a good question. Do you have that spell description in your handy?
I have to look it up. But I wish I had the book. Is it? Are they all? They're obviously written out in the book. I don't have the book.
Okay.
I need.
Did I write down on your sheet where? I thought I sent you on a. Oh, you know what? I might not
Just
have
send
been
me
able to.
I have the picture. I have to send it up.
Do you want me to type you up a nice little cheat sheet?
That'd be
great.
awesome, dude.
Yeah, when I was
For it, I
putting it
couldn't-
together, I couldn't copy and paste from the thing that I was using.
I'll protect.
Yeah, it was a pain in the butt.
Can you make one for me too?
No, you don't get
Oh,
one.
jeez.
Beautiful. This is what friends are for.
Purple mist. Let's see here.
Purple mist.
Purple
Purple.
mist. Yeah.
That's one
And-
copyright strike.
Well, no, that's Purple Rain you're thinking
You
of.
have
This
never
is a
dealt with
completely
them.
different
You've never
song.
dealt with the estate of the artist formerly known as Prince.
Oh, that's true. I have not.
No,
They're
it's
vicious.
Prince, comma the artist formerly known as the artist formerly known as Prince.
Actually, it's just the symbol again.
He's gonna
I'm
make us
gonna
some
say that I don't
pancakes.
think purple mist would affect vampires, as it's a
Basic myth.
in a sense, it's kind of like a sedative, more or less, magic sedative.
All right, so
They said they feel lightheaded.
Yeah.
so I got a question for you.
For their chance, roll chance for them to remain unconscious. All victims also suffer 1d6 damage. So it should be water damage too, though. It's like the mist should hurt them, right? Because it's water, right?
It's vapor and it's not really running, so it's probably it would
Dude,
be
water-
irritating, but it wouldn't bother them.
He specifically said running water.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, so for my turn, one question.
Yep.
I want to know if I can make it over to Vampire Vanquish.
Let's see here. What is your speed?
My speed is a lowly 10, so I'm a slow boy, but I want to get over to Vampire Vanquish if I can.
What is Vampire Vanquish?
It's a game.
What?
Yeah,
It's the water
Were
squirt
you
gun
not
game.
paying attention?
it's a water squirt gun game.
Oh my gosh. Nailed it, dude.
I'm over here role playing in the 23rd century.
Awesome.
Okay, so you are kind of almost at the opposite side of the park than that is.
That's what I figured.
You could attempt to cut through where the skee ball is, and you'd have to, do some kind of a check to see if you can jump over and land successfully. I don't know if you have any kind of like acrobatics or anything like that that might help with that. Let's see.
I have spelunking.
That would not
Nice.
help with that.
We're not in a cave.
And we're not on any kind of ley line or anything like that.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
doesn't look
probably
like I
just
have
do a
anything
basic
that can
PP
help me.
check. But yeah, so you could do
The,
that, or you could take the long way around and run down by where past Rungus and Hype and all them, and go down that way. Because you'd also pass the Plenty of Fish booth on your way down as well.
Who's gonna pass plenty of fish?
Oh my god.
Keep it down, you.
So if I decide to go the long way, how long is it going to take if I go the long way?
All right, so you're basically gonna move. Can you see the actual squares on there? Is that?
Kind of.
Let's see. I want to take it off like the larger view because you'll miss everything else that's going on. So each square, you could probably move about, if you were going to use all of your like action, basically all of your movement, and without doing anything else, you could get probably 8 squares. Otherwise, you'd move about 6.
Okay. So you know what? Let's risk it for the biscuit. I like to act first and think later. So let's just try to dive through the booths, the skee ball, and see if we can't shorten the distance there.
All right.
Oh, you know what? I have climbing. Would that help? Like climbing over it?
Do this. Roll me a d20. We're gonna do a PP check.
Okay.
BB check. Hands up.
I went before we started streaming.
Checking his prowess.
BB check.
Ooh.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
in your efforts to jump
Minuscule
over the
PP.
skee ball, you
A
trip
micro PP.
and you fall face first into the skee ball.
Ah. Ow.
Oh, I'm having deja vu.
Ah. Did anyone see that?
We all did.
5.5.
Jeez.
Oh, it's upside down. Damn it.
Hmm.
There we go.
Hmm.
Stop moving the map.
Sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle where you can see most of what's going on.
No, it's sideways.
Hey, you just got to turn your head, Chris.
Okay, I got it. All right, we're good.
All right, so
That hurts.
so basically you fall down. It's going to take your next action just to get back up. So you basically lose one of your actions for this this round of combat.
Wonderful.
All right. In addition to that, let's see here. So we've got. All right, this person's back up.
It's nighttime, right?
Find them all. Yes, it is nighttime. This vampire comes and attacks this guy.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Where is that guy? All right, he's gonna come out here and attack that guy. All right. This guy is gonna attack the kissing booth lady.
No,
Not
not my
her.
lady.
Up.
She gave me an adequate time.
So basically, that vampire comes around the corner, just jumps right on top of her, right next to where the other guy got devoured. People haven't even had a chance to react yet. And then where's the other one? You're around here somewhere. Where'd you go?
Yes.
Oh, right, that one.
Yes.
Up there. Oh yeah.
Dude, I've lost 50 credits on this carnival already.
All right. At this point,
Wow, you're fiscally irresponsible.
I am.
people see that this blood and gore that's going on over here. People are starting to scream and react. And of course, anytime somebody starts screaming and reacting in a crowd, everybody starts screaming and reacting in a crowd. So now people are starting to freak out and run around. So let's see here.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get trampled.
Well, actually, this guy we go. This guy's gonna go over to help. She's gonna come over and help. He's gonna come over and help.
Some other random people are attacking the vampires?
No. They're carnival workers. One of their
Okay.
own is getting
There-
attacked, so they're gonna jump to their defense.
So what? Katarina is the one they're defending?
No, it's the
Oh, no.
lady at the kissing booth.
Got it.
My future
we s-
ex-wife.
Oh, fair enough.
Do we see Katarina?
Yeah, she's right here.
Okay.
She's just kind of frozen.
Yep. That guy's gonna help that guy.
She's like stuck in a walking animation, but she's not actually moving.
All right, he's gonna come over and help that.
Yeah.
So it seems like nobody really knows what's going on or where it's going on, but people are just kind of running all over the place.
Chaos, pandemonium, panic. God, the tent just shifted.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff
It's
going on
that guy.
in
He's coming inside of it again.
Went in there.
I told him outside.
Outside with you.
Just leave a sock on the flap, so we know not to go in.
there. All right. So let's see here. That handles that. That. That one. That one. That one. And we are at to Dwyer. So you see all this chaos going around you. You obviously were staring right at the two vampires that popped around the corner of the kissing booth and the fortune teller, and you saw the one just jump right on top of the guard that had been stationed there and just started just shredding his throat, while another one popped around the corner and started attacking the kissing booth girl. And then a bunch of people from the carnival ran over to start giving her assistance. So Dwyer, actually, and you had your critical fail, so really all you can do at this point is just stand up.
Well, yeah, well, let's do that.
Or you could say something too. You could shout out something as you're fumbling to get up, Richard Pryor
Ow!
style.
Ow! Oh, I just dust myself off. Check for my Jeffrey.
Is he there?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Oh,
He's clinging onto his nuts.
Per usual.
Mm-hmm.
the non-hot posh style. Yeah, so Jeffrey's kind of hanging out. He's sitting up here staring at you, wondering why you're floundering around on top of the skee ball table.
I look up at him and I'm like, yes, some help you are.
He just chuckles
Yeah,
at you. All right.
Squirrel's a very human laugh.
it's mechanical.
Program that in.
Unfortunately, I don't have squirrel laughter.
You've got a custom
All right.
MDF laser cut
She comes
carnival
out.
setup, but you don't have squirrel laughter.
You know what? Some people choose different things to put their money into.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so the girl who's running the dimensional ride starts battling with the other vampire that desecrated the other dude. Let's see, two more. All right, this guy is running out here, and bites at that lady, but doesn't actually connect. And then we have that guy. All right, so this guy gets attacked. And then that will bring us to hype.
All right, where precisely you point out again where I'm at? I think I know which one I am, but
Yes, you are by the dimensional ride, right
Mhm.
here.
where's the nearest vampire?
Roll me a perception check.
Gotta head out, theories. Enjoy the games and have a great night. Bye, spaceman.
See you later,
Hi,
spaceman.
See ya, man.
That's D100 for her.
D20. Let's see if I can get you an angle.
Do I have
on
any
upside down.
bonuses?
15. Nice, dude.
Yeah, I don't think I have a bonus.
Maybe nice. I don't know. You never know.
I don't see one.
All right, that's probably a little bit better. Okay, 15. All right, so you know what? I got a pointer. So in this area over here, you see what's going on. You saw the guy get slaughtered over here, and then the kissing booth lady get attacked, and then the person who was running the booth that you guys were just at ran over to give assistance and started fighting with somebody. And a couple of other people nearby came over to start fighting. You also notice in your scope of vision 2 guys entering from this side that look very similar as the people do that were over here.
Where are they entering? Your pointer wasn't on the screen for. Oh, over. Okay, so like near the Ferris wheel.
Yes.
Okay, what is the current state of the dimensional car ride?
It is on, but not actively running.
So, my strength. What is how do I relate that to like real world action? Because I know it's above average.
Yours is very above average. So you are, you're about 4 times stronger than the average person.
How big are these vampires?
Humanoid size. They're just different humanoids turned into vampires.
Is there?
Are they wussy Twilight vampires?
They're not sparkling.
How far can I throw them?
That's a good
About
question.
as much as you trust them.
Based on
Oh, nice, son.
based on their weight, I'd say you could probably throw them, probably a good 40, 50 feet, probably.
Wow.
So, all right, here's crazy idea. Can I attempt to scoop one up and throw it into the rift from the car ride?
Is the rift close by?
Let me see here. You know what? You could. Those 2 that are coming in by the Ferris wheel. You could certainly.
I would like to try and do that.
All right. Roll me a d20 for strike.
$15 is pretty good out of 20, right?
No, I think that's what
I
I
don't
just
know.
rolled. I don't think it rolled again.
No, it did. Oh, no, we did. No, that was the other one. That was your perception.
Yeah. Oh!
Beautiful.
Nat 20.
I swear to God, if this is the one where I have to roll low, I'm gonna be so mad.
It's a good roll right there out of 20.
Whoa. Yeah. It's like Pee-wee's Playhouse anytime a 20's rolled.
So,
Yeah,
Oh, I
word of the-
can't do a drum roll, but you could do Pee Wee's Playhouse.
all right.
Hey, you leave him alone. He is pleasuring himself in the tent like a normal person.
I'm going to give you the option,
Oh,
and you can pick which one of the guys you want to send over.
I'll say The one that looks, the one of the, just the one that's closest to me at the
They're
moment.
both same distance.
That one on the right.
This one?
Yes.
All right. So you run over, you pick the guy up, and you chuck him with complete accuracy right in through another dimension. He doesn't even his reaction times are so slow that he doesn't even get his arms up to try to stop you.
Oh, that's great.
Someone else's problem now.
Yeah. Maybe he ended up in a better place. Maybe he did.
We'll like to say that he ended up in a better
He
place.
just landed at a 6-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah. What is this?
I don't
Honey,
talk
I don't
like
think
this.
we ordered a vampire magician, did we?
Oh no, not the pool party.
All right,
Now
so
watch as I make these teeth
it's going to take him a minute to
disappear.
figure out what actually happened there. All right.
Great, I just caused a vampire outbreak in some other dimension.
It
I did
happens.
that one too.
They're the best of them.
Okay, so next.
I'm just gonna try and throw them all in that thing.
All right, this vampire gets that guy. Dunsky.
They ate a guy.
Yep. Another person down.
Does that person come back as a vampire?
You don't know.
The kissing booth attendant, is she still okay?
So far, she's still okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. I got. Where is that one? Okay, that's that guy. Couple off-screen things going on that you guys don't see happening. But we'll resolve those. All right, back here towards the entrance. Nope, that guy's okay. All right. These vampires are not doing too well. They're coming in and they're scaring people, but these people seem a little bit more comfortable with fighting things off than these vampires are expecting.
All right.
Where is this one? Oh, okay. All right. Kissing booth lady gets a chance to get back up. So far she's okay.
Distraught, no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little stressful to have vampires biting at you.
Having a bad day.
And where is that one? Okay.
I chose that water to wine spell now.
This guy is.
Wait, you can turn water into wine?
I can't. I didn't choose that spell. Wish I had. It would be really helpful right now.
All right. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. All right. This vampire charges the booth worker here, right in front of you, Hype. This is the other one that was standing next to that guy that you threw into the dimensional hole. So currently he's getting attacked and bitten into. That one sucks. Not literally.
They're vampires.
That's what they're supposed to do.
This guy seems to be doing okay now that the booth guy there came over to help out. All right, we got 3 more. No, 2 more.
That looked like it sounded refreshing.
It did.
Where was that one again?
Refreshment.
This guy
For my
comes
next turn,
lashing
I might
out
need
about
to-
this guy.
I need to take a brief refreshment break.
Uh-oh. Did they bite the kissing booth lady? Says Driscoll. Not yet. Not yet.
I just told him my future ex-wife is fine
For now.
for now.
She needs you, Dwyer.
Well, I'm getting laughed at by a squirrel right now, so
Fate demands it.
All right, Dwyer, you are up next.
all right. I assume now I'm
Did
closer.
Dwyer already go?
I've gone twice.
Yes,
I haven't gone at all.
that's because your initiative sucked.
Yeah.
Why does he get to go twice before I get to go once?
So,
Oh my god, you're gonna argue about rules the whole time.
we'll explain this. So the way we do combat is you take your initiative roll divided by your number of attacks. And then I've got a chart here that shows which number everybody goes on. So if you have a really low initiative, then your number of attacks are all down here at the bottom towards the end of combat.
Got it.
So that basically represents situations where, anybody who's been into a fight, knows that there's some people that are faster than others and can get off 2 or 3 punches before somebody's even aware the fight started. So it's similar to mimicking something like that. The alternate way that they can do combat is you have a list and everybody does, 1 attack. And then when you have 2 attacks, everybody who's got 2 attacks goes. And then whoever's got 3 attacks says 3 attacks goes. And then from there it starts to get choppy because some people have attacks past 3 and some people don't. So it's really depending on throwing all the delay towards the end of combat or mixed in where it actually makes sense based on reality.
Got it. Okay.
Though I will say that's a brilliant strategy, Chris, to try and use your tears to hurt the vampires.
We did just drop, by the way.
Did we?
What?
Yeah, we dropped.
The stream dropped?
Yup.
Awesome.
Off
I think
air.
we're back now.
Did it drop like you had to reactivate it, or is it just reactivate itself?
It should just reactivate itself. It did
Then it
last
should
week.
still count, I think. Whatever. Anyway.
They just have to refresh.
Mm.
Fresh.
Refreshing.
And then
All right. Well, the strategy has not done me poorly yet. Wink, wink. I'm gonna go running off towards the vampire vanquish. I need that
You
water
can make
gun.
the booth in this turn.
Nice. We're gonna do that.
So I'm assuming are you gonna jump behind the booth or are you just gonna stand in the front of it?
You know what? I haven't seen these guys use projectiles. I don't need to defend myself from that. Let me just stand there and grab whatever gun is closest.
All right. And then Jeffrey's gonna join you and hang out up here on top.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
you have a separate model just for Jeffrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
Awesome. Jeffrey's
I might not have sound effects, but I do have miniatures.
There you go.
Fair point. Fair point.
Such a pretty Jeffrey.
All right. So so basically you had to sprint even just to get there. So that would basically tie up your action just to get to that point. But you'll be ready to hose some people down in a minute.
Are there any vampires that are like underneath of anything, like any tents or anything like that?
Not that you have seen.
Okay.
So
I love that answer.
But what I will tell you is that within your view now, you can see this vampire here and this vampire here. And since you know about vampires, you can tell that this is a wild one and this is not. This is going to be either a secondary or master.
Got it.
Okay. Hype, you also have another attack.
Okay.
And then I'll have a bunch of vampires, and then Billy, you'll be up after that.
Yep.
So Billy's near me, right?
Yes, you and Billy are.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, he's not that far from you.
Yeah. And
We
then
were
Katarina's
like
also
we
up
were
this
kinda
way.
off.
You are here. Billy's
Yeah.
here. Katarina's
Uh-huh.
here. Rungus is here.
Okay, so basically everyone's clustered around here except for Dwyer, who's made a break for the Vampire Vanquish booth.
Yep.
Well, then I'm going to make a tactical decision that Dwyer probably shouldn't be over there on his own. So I am going to make a dash towards those two vampires down below. But what I'm going to do is like kind of try and... do I have enough movement to get to the token vending machine?
What is your speed? You have 10, so
My
you have the
speed?
same speed he does. So you would move, if you're just going to do an all-out sprint, it's going to be 8 squares, which will put you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'd be about right there.
With diagonals, I could be close to the behind the token machine, though, right?
On this side? Yeah. Yeah, you can get to about right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to there.
Okay.
What is the token machine made out of?
Metal. Probably not mega damage. I mean, they're not, it's not too often arcades have to worry about, fighting off strong predators.
Right, and then what is the game that's like the immediate, the one with all the faces?
This one here?
No, I'm sorry, the one in like on the other side between me and the vampires,
This one here?
like on the other side of the arcade, like closer to
this
the
one?
camera. Yeah,
That's the balloon bursting booth.
balloon bursting, got it.
All right. So that was that.
Then vampires, then Billy, then we're probably Armand or me again.
Actually, it'll be Billy and Katarina, and then yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna use this time to run and grab a beverage.
Yeah, you got it. 50 minutes. We're gonna do some people real quick too. All right. Huh. Interesting.
Wah wah wah.
Okay. All right. Okay. These people. Let's see if this resolves that. They're running that way. Okay. So people are flooding out of the main gate area. That vampire is actually down. These guys.
Crystal's got his refreshment.
Okay.
What's happening? Talk us through what's going on.
Let me get everybody situated first, and then I will explain.
All right.
Let's see. Forget anybody. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah, forgot this guy. All right, so basically, people are screaming their heads off, running around all over the place. There's some situations where people are just fighting for their lives to fight off the vampires. Almost all of the carnival workers are jumping in to help out. Save either people or their own people. Let's see here. So this is surprisingly going a different way than I expected. That's what happens when you let the dice decide everything. That's that
All
guy.
good parts, Ryan.
All right.
Sure it is.
Okay.
I mean, did you see when I threw the vampire into the portal?
I did. That was a good part. That was very
sweet.
And when Dwyer found his face right on the skee ball, that was also hilarious.
That
I
was
thought-
great.
I thought no one saw that.
Oh, he didn't, but we all heard it. So we, as in the viewers.
Another point in time where it would have been handy to have invested more in sound effects.
I was told no sound effects.
We should
Wait,
be
who said
making
no
our own
sound effects?
I think actually you said no sound
I
effects.
did
Armand.
not. I said I couldn't do sound effects.
Ooh,
You blocked my drum roll.
with my mouth.
Yeah, your drum roll was dumb though.
You're dumb.
Oh, this is
Okay.
getting toxic real fast. I love it.
Look
And then-
Bag of Doritos right now.
All right, so you do see in this area over here where that battle is going on that this guy that ran the Ferris wheel is now dead, and there are people stuck on the Ferris wheel. They're not very happy about that as they watch the carnage helpless from above. The children were able to escape along with the puppeteer and the old man that's blowing the magic bubbles.
Thank God that bubble blowing
They
bastard's
basically help
gonna be
escort the
okay.
kids out. So
Okay, so all the kids
You never trust a bubble blowing guy.
You blow bubbles when you were a kid.
Yes.
I get into that.
He's back in town. He wants your new number.
Still the same number.
All right, this lady gets attacked. And
I assume that means she's dead.
what's that?
She's dead?
No. If I lay them down, that means they're in the process of being attacked and not being successful.
Got it.
And it's really just a quick way to resolve this, because if I did this the right way throughout the entire combat, this will take hours. But I want you to get the effect of what's happening, just speeding the process along through some cheap, quick die rolls. Okay. All right, so Billy, you're standing there. You were listening to Rungus go on and on about how terrible his life has been and how he enjoyed eating his parents in honor of their memory. And then you notice people start screaming and running, and Hype comes over and grabs somebody and throws them up in through the dimensional ride mirrors into another dimension. and then books it down another, the other roadway or whatever, or pathway back towards some of the gaming booths. Rungus seems totally oblivious to what's going on. He's just sitting there, still moping around. You see some carnage going on over by the fortune teller and kissing booth area. Some vampires have attacked and slaughtered one person, and the carnival workers swarmed over to attack them. And then people are just running around screaming like crazy.
Okay, at this point, am I able to determine who's a threat and who's not a threat?
Roll me, let's see here.
How many beers have you had?
2.
Thought you had something that would. Yeah, roll me a general perception then. Which is going to be the D20. You got a 10?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, I mean, generally speaking, at this point, you've seen what most of the people here look like, so there's a chance you could get confused, but there's definitely some people that that look different than everybody else. You haven't gotten close enough to see anything like that would be necessarily totally distinguishable, but there's definitely people acting more aggressive than the others.
There'd be the people that are eating the others.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. There's a couple you can tell for sure.
Okay, could I, the closest, I'm assuming that my retractable forearm vibro blades were not confiscated. Could I sneak up on one of the vampires and put one through the back of his head?
You could. You could choose this guy over here that you would recognize as a vampire for sure, and these two over here you would know as a vampire for sure.
The first one, is it 2 or just 1?
This one is just 1. That's over where Hype went and grabbed the other one and threw it through the dimensional car.
Okay, then if there's one that's by itself, I'll do that.
All the ones around you have some carnival worker or workers fighting them. This one currently only has 1.
All right, then I'll get that one.
All right. All right, go ahead and roll a strike, D20. You get +6 to your strike.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
20.
What's that?
20.
Okay. Not natural
So I
20,
got a
but 20 with
14
6.
plus 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you take your vibroblades and I believe double checking something real quick.
Vibroblades. That's true. It is a Star Wars thing, Pendonkeys. I have not seen them in Star Wars, though. In the movies. I've never seen them in the movies.
I suspect he's comparing them to lightsabers, but sort of, but not quite.
I mean, at least the sound lightsabers make is that of vibration.
Is that what they sound like, Adam?
Yeah, why not?
Is that our campaign's version of like the chicken dance from Arrested Development?
All
No,
right.
not. That's a different thing.
So as you go to strike it, you have a good thrust, good amount of momentum. But as it
Good
hits
thrust.
the chest of the vampire, it doesn't actually pierce. It doesn't seem to have any effect on him.
If you roll
There's
low,
no,
it just
no selling it.
Well, I was aiming for his head. Did I miss his head?
To an aim for an head, you'd have to do a called shot, which takes 3 attacks.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. Do I have any moves left at this point?
You could. What was your speed? You could. You have 8. Okay, so you don't have any movement left. You've pretty much done your action. You could still say something if you wanted to say something to somebody. But other than that, yeah, your action's pretty much over.
Can I say, "Hey, f you, pal"?
Yes, you can.
Fuck you, buddy.
All right, and let's see here, Katarina.
Geez, Rungus, the person who's not even here rolled better than you did for initiative.
He is very not
Wow.
interested in what's happening here.
No, he saw someone running towards the plenty of fish, and then he started thinking about a simpler time when fish were plenty.
If this campaign had one of those soundtracks where like each of us was a different musical instrument, it is obvious that Rungus would be the sousaphone or the bassoon.
bassoon.
Or
Yes.
The Price is Right, fail horn.
Just like a bump, 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 bump.
All right,
Nice.
Katarina.
He's getting there. He'll take a turn soon, one day.
Just like Peter and the Wolf.
Oops, that's what I want.
Katarina, you better do something amazing.
She pulls out a wooden stake and charges
Okay.
over here to help out. But she totally misses in her attempts to stab him with it.
Typical Katarina.
That's so Katarina.
All right. We're going to do a little bit of vampire action, and then we're going to be the hype and Katarina again. Let's see here.
That's the name of my least favorite adult DVD. A Little Vampire Action, Volume 9.
The thing is, there were no volumes 1 through 8.
No, definitely not. They went right for 9 for some reason. Trying to give themselves additional street cred.
This is a good time to talk about our sponsor, Advanced VPN. If you like to look at adult things on the internet, do it with a VPN. Not a sponsor at all.
I mean, if we're doing plugs.
Here we go.
Not those
Oh,
kind of
God.
plugs.
Here we
I
go.
recommend Gold Bond Medicated Men's Essentials 3-in-1.
Essential.
After you turn on your VPN, yeah, turn to gold bonds.
They
for
go.
the lubrication you need.
They might not go hand in hand, but it goes hand in something.
Ah, that was
Oh,
good.
Katarina would have liked that joke.
Guess she'll just have to
I
watch the
really
box.
wish I had some sort of cleaning supply nearby so I could be like, and when you're done.
Oh, we had an idea for like it's literally just baby wipes, but you rebrand it as Come Clean Wipes.
Well, COME, right, to be family friendly.
Of course.
Yes, alert,
What were you
danger,
thinking?
danger.
What were you thinking?
All right, hype.
What were
That was the bubble blowing guy.
We're
yeah,
about
right.
to get a yellow card.
So you see one of the vampires has scaled the Ferris wheel to go after its unsuspecting, well, not unsuspecting, but helpless victims up there. You see
Let's
a couple of
see.
vampires that have come out of the tent and from around the tent over by the roller coaster, starting to head down to join the fray. You still see there's a bunch of town folk that are attempting to escape that came running out of the tent as the vampires were attacking people. And other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of action nearby you. So, it is your go, Hype.
All right, I'm looking around, seeing that we got some vampires coming up from the bottom there. And I don't know how to fight them yet. We don't have our weapons, right?
That's true.
I am going.
I'm trying to think. You're close. You got close enough to know at that point that when you grabbed that one vampire and threw him through the dimensional rift, that he probably is a vampire or something similar to that.
Uh-huh.
But again, you don't know much about the lore behind vampires, so it doesn't do you a
So
whole
I
lot of
wouldn't.
good.
I wouldn't know what hurts them yet.
Yeah, I mean, you'd know gold, silver, or not gold, wood, silver, water in general, but you wouldn't know like what's better, what's more effective.
Got it. And I
What
know that
does
my
what?
silver bullets are with my stuff and my weapon over there.
Yep.
Rejection
They are-
hurts them more than anything.
Your weapons are back this way, back here towards the entrance.
Could I smash the balloon pop stand to gain access to the fountain? Maybe by throwing the token vending machine at it.
You could. You would probably.
Or maybe just ripping it down, like whatever.
You'd probably have more success getting through the whack-a-mole, which is basically just a wood frame, like a cheap wood frame.
Oh yeah, then let me. Can I throw the token vending machine through the whack-a-mole?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do that. So.
I hope you get a bill.
All right, roll
Me
me a strike.
3 strikes in a row is a turkey.
Do I have? I don't think I have a. Do I have a strike bonus?
No, and you're also not proficient in token machines.
That's fair. 5.
5.
Yeah.
All right. You pick it up and you lug it, but because your strength is so strong, you actually overthrow it and it lands over behind it.
I'm gonna just be real embarrassed about that. That was a waste of a turn.
You still have movement. You can still move if you'd like.
Well, can I like sneak between the whack? Like, can I get to the fountain?
You can climb over it if you'd like. You have climbing.
Yeah. Yeah, I got. Yeah, all right. Let me do that.
All right, you got 65% with climbing.
All right. Oh, I gotta do the thing. There we go. 53.
53. Okay. So you're able to climb up, get over top, and land right by the water fountain.
Make a wish.
Awesome.
All right. Katarina. Let's see. She's gonna do a cold shot with this wooden stake. And she gets it. So she's able to actually take her wooden stake, pierce it right through this dude's heart.
Woo! Good job, Katarina.
Spike through the heart.
And he just basically
And
falls,
To
unmoving, clenching the stake that pierced him.
a bad name.
And that is is 3 actions.
We doing playing Angry Birds?
All right. Next.
No, it's the stream, doofus.
Oh.
But no, I am playing Angry Birds.
Dwyer, you noticed that a new vampire has shown up out by the front gate. Came in through the front gate.
Uh-oh.
Let's see how this guy's doing.
School has so many fate chips. Oh my god! Why don't you use them? Do some serious good.
Yeah,
Oh.
put your horrible words in my mouth.
You could do that with the one-liner, or you could, somebody here. Oh,
No.
what's the item command do?
Which one?
No one needs
Nat,
no
what's
one
the
needs any
command?
help.
Can someone in the audience give us an item that's useful right now?
Yes. Yep. They can make an item kind of basically appear. Have you ever seen Hunger Games?
Yeah.
No.
So kind of like in that, where the audience were able to drop ship certain things in.
So anything they can bring anything they choose.
Yeah.
Anything you want.
Not
Wow, so
everything's
Driscoll-
helpful. So
You could bring us an item that's useful or not useful by purchasing.
Or make me say something ridiculous. I'll do it. I'll do it for free.
Liner, that's true.
I've got one-liners for days. I'm ready to go.
Summon a kazoo of duck summoning. There you go. 1 mile away though. Oh, that's not good.
No, the 1 mile is the radius of duck summoning.
So wait. The duck that I'm summoning has a 1 mile radius?
I think it summons all ducks within 1 mile.
Ooh, that's even better.
It from the store, so it doesn't actually
Man,
happen.
that's ducked up.
all right, Billy, you're up. Second action.
All right.
Oh wait,
Summon all
I
the
forgot to do the
ducks.
people real quick. Hold on.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Take a while. Take a while. It's a kazoo. Kazoo of duck summoning. Great. Yeah, take this. No, you'll see. It's coming. Group is not hungry.
We're going to have all the ducks.
I summoned
Well-
a horde of ducks. Please wait while they arrive.
All right. Did I get everybody? Oh, no, I didn't.
Angry Washington. Oh my God, devils.
Hey, good devil, what's up?
What a good devil!
There he is.
Yeah,
Devil.
good devil. Grab yourself an adult beverage, a family-friendly adult beverage, and make me say horrible things.
All right. Now, Billy, here you go.
All right. Can I use my grot around the vampire's head and choke him out,
He's a
or
garage.
possibly decapitate his head?
Isn't that
You can
Garot?
give it a shot.
I love grot. I don't know.
I think it's like tomato. Like,
yes, only one of them is right.
It made of
Like
silver or
melee and
anything like
melee?
that?
Neely's not right.
Yeah, and at this point, since you're close range, I mean, you're gonna recognize that these guys got pointy teeth. The vampire thing will probably pop in your head as well, so you're starting to have an idea of that.
The spikes I have in my backpack, what material are they?
Those are probably like steel spikes.
Oh. Got spikes in his bag.
Yeah.
Would those help? Could I put one through one of their hearts, even though they're not?
You could try, but it's not from what the mythos that you've heard of. You're not sure that would work.
Okay. All right, I'm going to see if I can run over to the water gun booth and grab one of the water guns out to fire on these bastards.
Okay.
That is such a great idea.
Wait, are you saying this because that's Dwyer's idea?
No, not at all. I have no idea what
Alright.
you're talking about.
So
And he did roll a 1 for initiative.
sprinting, you get most of the way there. You'll be able to make it there next time if you want. Also, with the way this
Okay.
initiative system works, is for your last action of the round, which will be your next one, you have the ability to try to refocus and re-roll your initiative if you want, and use your action to do that.
Okay.
So
That-
Sure.
that way you're not
that
stuck
apply-
the entire combat with a really crappy initiative.
Oh, I get it.
But you run the risk of getting something worse.
Right.
We call
What's
that
worse than
the
fun?
rule of Rungus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So-
I'm gonna make a break for the water gun.
Okay. All right. Next we've got is Dwyer. This is your last action of the round.
My last action of the round. Okay, well, I take it that I'm close enough to the water guns
You're there.
to take one.
You're there. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah. So, am I close enough to shoot one of them? I'd imagine there's one right there in front of me, the wild one.
You got that wild one here. You got this one here. With these squirt guns, the range probably isn't terribly great. Let's see, you're about 5, 10, 15, 20. So you could probably hit this one. This one's about 25 feet.
All gone.
Would getting closer improve my range? Improve my ability at all? Like, or am I gonna? Is it gonna be the same regardless for this guy right here?
Yeah, well,
the
remember, they're
wild guy?
attached by cords, too, so people just don't go running off with these things. So,
Okay. Yeah, you're
so
right.
you
You're right.
probably could stretch it out about 5 feet, get you a little bit closer, but realistically
Let's
speaking,
go ahead.
this guy's gonna be the one that's gonna be running your range.
Well, let me at least go the extra 5 feet to just stretch it as far as I can, and then I point my squirt gun directly at the wild one, and I say, "I hope you have good credit, cause the rent in hell gets paid in advance."
All right. Roll me a d20.
You gave a one-liner for nothing. That was a free
That
one-liner.
was a freebie.
I'm gonna look up right now. Google like cool one-liners.
Oh
God.
no! You just
I
have to come
tried-
up with them
I
yourself.
tried to do that for vampires, looking for that. All I got were vampire puns. It was not exactly what I was looking for.
Freebie one-liner night.
That's like all. That's all a one-liner is like some sort of like pithy pun.
Yeah.
All
I got a
right.
13.
Yeah, like,
Roll to 13.
you
Okay.
hit him with a surfboard, you say surfs up.
13 is good enough. Roll me 2d6 damage. Nine. All right.
Oh, that's much better than. Yeah, I'll take that.
So you spray the guy. You managed, even though he's got a couple people around him, you got a good aim at it. We're able to squirt him pretty good, right in the chest area, and his skin just starts to burn, and he lets out this, scream. Very unhappy. You definitely got his attention. So, did you want to say anything
Yeah.
or do any more movement?
No, I guess the closest person to me is is Wildstar, and he's off in the
I'm on my way.
fountain.
Yep. You see,
Billy's making his
he's
way.
behind you, so you wouldn't actually notice him running up at you anyway. Rungus.
Did the vampire take damage from that?
Yes, he did.
He took 9 damage, dude.
Damage. All right. And what's his HP? Do we know that?
No,
No.
that'd be
Don't know it.
metagaming.
Okay. Got it.
Rungus.
So
You finally
Last turn.
realize vampires are attacking. Holy crap.
amazing.
Much like Chris, I would imagine if this was real life, that would be you. We'd be at a carnival and vampires would be attacking, and you'd be trying to buy cotton candy somewhere.
What?
Oh,
There's vampires?
Andy. So How many actions do I get to take, Nat?
You get to take one right now, but you're going to have one each round basically going after this. So it'll be you, a bunch of vampires, you, a bunch of vampires. Then everybody, well, not everybody, most everybody will get another chance to do something, then including yourself, and then vampires, and then that'll be the end of the round.
What can I see and hear in my immediate vicinity?
Okay, so immediately around you, you see over here, there's a vampire that looks like it's getting successfully beat down by 2 carnival workers. Over here, there's a group of people that came running out of the tent that is running away, screaming.
Humans, regular civilians.
Yeah, regular
whatever,
civilians.
right?
Up here, there's people stuck on a Ferris wheel, and one of the vampires has jumped up there and is attacking those helpless people.
Okay.
Over here, there's 2 vampires, one that is staked and now prone and unmoving on the ground, and this one that is viciously fighting back.
That is against Katarina.
That's over by where Katarina is, yes.
Okay. So that's all I can see?
Yep, from your vantage point. And you can see down this way, there's more vampires coming down that path towards you.
Okay.
Save my future ex-wife.
Is the Ferris wheel with the people stranded between me and the horde of vampires that are coming down the path?
They are next to each other.
Okay, so they're parallel. So if I go to intercept the Ferris wheel and the vampire climbing the Ferris wheel, I'm going to run into that horde? Or how many guys? I can't.
So it's 2 vampires that are running up the path towards you.
Okay.
They are kind of at the end of the Ferris wheel, so it would take them 1 action to get to you if you were next to the Ferris wheel.
Great. Okay, so I can get to the Ferris wheel before I get to them.
Yes.
Okay. Does moving take an action?
You can move like a normal distance, take an action, and say something all in the same.
Got it.
Micro round or whatever.
Okay, great. Can I reach the Ferris wheel and start climbing at this turn? Climbing would be my action, right?
Yes. So.
Okay. Also, sorry, before I do
Yep.
that, does taking something out of my pack take an action?
Yes.
Okay. So I first want to. Oh, that was my whole action now.
Yes.
That's my whole turn. This. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take. So since I see that there are vampires, and I know they're vampires because I have a high. I already rolled, and I recognize them as vampires, right?
Yes.
Can I see what types of vampires I have based on my lore, or that are nearby me, based on the lore, my lore skill?
You can tell that this one is a wild one. One of the ones that's running from down there is a wild one. One is not. One's either a secondary or master. You're not sure which. The one up top, the Ferris wheel, is a secondary or master. Okay. This one over here is a secondary or master. The one that's staked is a wild. And that was those are the only ones in your vicinity. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull the wooden cross out of my bag. You said that I can use it to make them recoil. Will that make them stay at a distance?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna pull that out. The
okay.
wooden cross out. That's my action, and then I'm gonna say this, and that's my turn.
Okay. I got a wooden cross in my backpack.
Wanna come see it?
Wait,
No.
can I pull it out of my pack and then wield it in front of me to protect myself from any?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Just hold it out in front of me.
So pulling out of your backpack is like your physical movement. You can still do that and physically move as well if you want to make an actual movement.
Yeah, but that is my action though. I can't take another action this turn.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah. Actually, no. I'm just gonna stay where I am. Appreciate you clarifying.
No problem. Okay, so Katarina used up hers on a called shot, so that brings us to a couple vampires.
Oh, they's going to the prom.
She's going to go there and attack that one.
We can't be judging them.
No, that's fine.
Let them live their vampire lives.
Yeah, they're just doing their vamp.
Okay.
I am on my last beverage here. Isn't that good?
Oh no.
Okay, there's the time is appropriate. Just
All right.
enough to not feel anything at all. But have to pee a lot tonight.
That's a lot of information.
There
He
might
didn't
be a role for that.
I think it's a
You need
PP.
a physical endurance check.
Are you sure not a PP roll?
It's a different role.
Physically enduring.
I prefer the spicy tuna, but that's just me.
Spicy tuna tempura is my preference. I like it tempura style.
I was going for the roll, but you know.
I like
This
I like
vampire
eel.
on the Ferris wheel. Can I see the Ferris wheel from there? Okay, yeah. So this
I
vampire
can.
is attacking this person here on the Ferris wheel, and this one decides to try to start climbing down and hopes to climb their way to safety.
What happened to the? Oh, never mind. You just keep going now. Sorry, I'm gonna stop asking questions.
Okay.
Yeah, you've used all your fate chips.
Man,
I'm out.
these vampires are not doing very well. You guys got lucky.
It's
Lucky.
almost like there's an entire carnival of people trying to stop them.
I know.
Turns out they're weak against being thrown into another dimension.
They are weak against that. Especially ones that just blink into dimensions for seconds at a time.
Why did I
Oh
do
my
that?
gosh, I can't believe these guys.
I tore him a new rift.
So, truth be told, we ran this simulation yesterday just to kind of see how it played out. And the vampires were just wrecking people left and right. Tonight is not that way at all.
That's because I'm here, guys.
That's because I've learned.
All right,
How many have you
Rungus,
killed?
it's your second action.
Yes. Hey, so how many people can I see on the Ferris wheel that are not vampires?
There's 3 people on the Ferris wheel that are not vampires.
Are they all alive still?
They're all alive right now.
Okay, and how many vampires? Just one.
Just one.
Okay, so I want to use my turn to move to the Ferris wheel if I can. Can I move to the Ferris wheel in one turn? In this turn?
What is your speed?
Yeah.
Oh,
My
1,
speed
2,
13. 13.
Yes, you can. You can move there easily.
Okay, so I want to go to the Ferris wheel and I want to attempt to climb it and intercept the. I'm climbing one-handed because I have the cross in my hand, right? So
You can put it in your mouth if you want to while you're climbing.
in my awesome alligator-like lizard mouth.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna bite it so it's not like flat, so it's like it's turned sideways and it still maintains its outward facing cross like shape.
Okay.
I can wield it, just turn my head and wield it in the direction of the vampires if I choose, while using all my arms and legs to climb the Ferris wheel to intercept the vampire.
All right.
Can I?
Roll me a climbing check.
Climbing check coming. No, I have a bonus for that, I believe.
Oh, you have a percentage, and your percentage.
Like 45 or 55.
Yeah, it's 55. Yeah.
It says 55/45.
Yeah, that's a different scenario. This one's you just need 55 or below.
Got it. Okay, I'm rolling a 100, right? And if I type target number if take 55 in there, does that help, or is it?
Yeah, as long as you have the less than in there, it'll tell you immediately whether you succeed or fail.
Successes. Wait,
It
it
ain't
says
success.
It says 0 success. You got a 76.
He
So-
just read what he wanted to read.
0 success.
So you run over there, you put your cross in your mouth, you start to climb, and as you climb up on the first cart, like you grab the first cart to start to pull yourself up, and you actually end up pulling the mechanism that holds everybody in place off, and you kind of swing out and fall back down to the ground. You don't like fall on your butt or anything, but you just, you're back to where you started.
The thing that stops it from spinning is now gone.
The thing that stopped people from falling out of that cart,
Got it.
the safety bar.
Oh, okay. So I fell on the ground, you said?
You just fell back to the ground, not on the ground. difference.
Can I look over my shoulder and go, that big blue son of a bitch is trying to tear down the Ferris wheel?
Yes, you can.
Can I
And,
turn to him and go, that's rich coming from somebody who just threw a token machine into a stand?
Yeah, you guys trying to help, or are you just destroying everything? Like,
Hey, who
So-
here has successfully managed to remove a vampire from the battlefield?
Katarina.
And me.
Nat, can I yell out to the citizens and tell them to jump into my arms?
Yes.
Okay, I want
Yes,
to
you
do.
can.
Just the optics of this giant thing going,
So-
come into my arms, please.
So they're on this Ferris wheel. They're being attacked by vampires, and a giant dragon guy at the bottom says, "Jump into my arms!" After they
Sorry.
watched him
I'm gonna-
swallow fish after fish.
I'm here to help. Jump into my arms. And I will you.
Then why is he doing it with an open mouth
You know
with
what?
drool coming out?
No, you know what? Roll me your trust intimidate.
Me?
You're 45% or higher. Let's see
Or-
how this plays out.
Or
40%
lower.
or high?
Or lower.
Sorry, 45% or lower.
Okay. Oh God, here we go.
You're about to scare this entire place. Worse than they already are. They're being attacked by vampires, and you're gonna make a
Hey!
All right. Barely. They look at you like, I don't know about this. I don't know which one's worse. But they're going to take your word for it.
Beautiful. I have to try to catch them when it's their turn. They have to wait till their turn, right? I guess to jump.
They do. Man, I cannot believe how bad these vampires are rolling tonight.
They are
This is
Twilight
insane.
vampires.
You don't have to believe that. You just have to
By this
believe
point-
the hype.
By this point in the mock-up, like, almost all the citizens were gone. This is crazy.
That's good. That's really good, right? So we're just us and the bad dudes for the most
Yep.
part, except for on the Ferris wheel.
Basically, the carnies are critting a lot more tonight.
Yeah, really. They're not, like, taking them out, but they're at least, like, preventing themselves from dying. For the most part, anyway. All right. I think I had 2 left. Let's see. No, you can take some more damage. All right, this guy's down. So Hype, you would actually see that over by the elephant group, where the elephant rides are. The circus owner and one of the tenders to the animals are fighting a vampire, and one of those gets one of the guys on the ground.
Okay, I see that. Okay. I know what I
And
must
this
do.
girl is being attacked right next to you, and she actually managed to escape and get back up
Oh, good for her.
from.
She don't need no man.
Apparently, all these vampires are just covered in butter, and everybody's just slipping through their grasp.
Oh,
This is one sexy vampire party.
Butter. All right, this guy finally takes this guy down and
Yes.
jumps on him.
Oh,
That.
Yes.
they just met.
Okay, Billy, it is your last action of the round. What do you want to do with it?
did I make it to the water pistols?
You can finish making it to the water pistols, and you actually have enough movement and action to use one if you want.
Yeah, I want to shoot one of the vampires.
All right. Your pistol is the next one over, so you have what, 5, 10, 15. So actually, yeah, where like you could still like for your next turn, you could still move further away, and probably get to this guy, but this guy's going to be the only vampire within your range, right? Oh wait, helps if I can actually see what I'm talking about.
How many links are in a sausage sword?
So this guy's a little far away. You could probably get a little closer to him next turn, but he's out of range right now. But this guy's gonna be the
Okay.
only vampire, and he's on top of
Yeet.
this guy right now. So you got a good shot at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire at him.
All right, roll me a d20. And
Oof.
let's see.
Oh my God, chat just broke me.
Two.
Yeesh.
All right. So you pick the squirt gun up, you point it, and you actually shoot like right across in front of Dwyer's face. The aim must be a little off on this thing.
I go. Is it about to rain?
Waka waka.
Waka waka.
Raining vampires.
Hallelujah. Hype, it is your last action for the round.
Okay. I don't know if I can do all this in one.
What do you want to do? And I'll tell you.
What I would like to do is sort of dash over to the giant pots in front of the token machine.
Right, yeah?
Right, cha. Grab one, fill it with water from the fountain because it's like pretty much right there,
Mm-hmm.
and then chuck it at a vampire.
Okay, let's see. So that's 5, 10. Yeah, you can do that. You basically run over.
Your arm just scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what's that?
Vampire.
It's a giant sandworm.
So you run over, grab the pot, come back, fill it with water. Now, you have some more options where you're at because of your visibility. You, from where you are, you know there's vampires over here, but right now you can't actually see it because of all the booths
Yeah,
and stuff in there.
I'd have to get on the other side or something.
You can see this vampire here, who has a dead body in front of it, and somebody who's trying to run away, and all these people that are trying to also run that same direction.
Yeah.
You have this vampire over here who's on top of this guy attacking him, with the carnival owner over here helping.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got this vampire who has a body next to him, and all these people trying to run past him as well.
And then still, I know that like Katarina's back there.
Yep.
Rungus is back there too, somewhere on the Ferris wheel. So, not too worried about that because I could take care of those guys. That one down there near the entrance is that the only vampire blocking the way to the weapons?
It is.
I'm gonna chuck it at that guy.
All right. Roll me a strike.
One strike coming up. Slash roll on this.
I don't know. I just hit the icon.
You click.
Oh.
Natural 20.
All right.
Oh my.
Whoa.
Then for damage, so you run over, you grab the pot of empty pot, take it over, dump it in, fill it up with water, chuck this thing. It lands right on this vampire. Roll me 6d6 for damage.
Is that some kind of filter? You have a real
No, they're real lights.
That's awesome.
your natural 20.
The party lights. All right, you chuck it at this vampire, and it just starts screaming in writhing in pain. Just kind of twisting and turning and trying to shake off this water that's just dripping down it, causing more and more damage. Let's see here. So
Really sucks.
you can just see like like steam just pouring off of it as this water just like trickles down the whole body of this thing.
Sweet. And the path to our weapons is a little bit clearer.
I can see clear now. The
Rungus,
vampire is gone.
it is your action, sir.
Did that person didn't get a chance to jump yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
You can climb up
He
on it
is
like
so
Donkey Kong.
hungry.
Group of civilians really close to me, right? Trying to make an escape.
Yes. One.
Hey,
Let me get back to you real quick.
Are any of them snack sized?
So this is a group of civilians that just passed you. These are 2 carnival workers fighting a vampire right here.
Okay.
This is a civilian, like the last one that ran out of the tent, and that right behind it is one of the either secondary or master vampires closing in on them.
Oh my god. Okay. Wait, there's civilians back there? Wait, say that last part one more time about the master vampire.
This is either a master or secondary vampire closing in on this civilian.
Okay, and the civilian is otherwise not engaged with anything?
Correct. They're just trying to run, and these vampires basically have just been jumping on them like spiders all the way up, taking them out one by one.
Spiders. Don't say spiders.
Okay. So I'm going to yell to that civilian there. I'm going to tell him, stand behind me. Okay, hopefully he hears me and acts on his turn.
Okay.
Do I have to roll for him to appreciate that?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. I'm here to help. That's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use. Hang on. I have a plan here. Question: If I were to successfully summon a water elemental right now, would that water elemental attack the friendlies, or would it only attack the vampires? Do I get to dictate what it does, or will it just kind of be loose on the? Okay, so I will dictate what it does. Okay,
Yes.
so I'm going to attempt that with my action.
All
I'm
right.
attempt to summon the water elemental.
Let us roll your percentage.
I believe that it's very low. I have a number of percentages listed here.
It is
says
very low.
5, 10, 15 per level. So which one is it? 2d6 min to cast.
Yeah, so that's going to take you some time to actually cast that. So each one of these, so you have, 4 attacks per round or whatever. So each round is about a minute.
Okay.
So this would take you a very long time to cast.
Okay, so I changed my I don't want to do that. Sorry, I didn't. I known that. I would change my
For purposes outside of this, is that something that he would want to cast before? Like, does it last long enough that he could go, oh, we're about to get into something. I want my water elemental.
Yeah, so typically speaking, you would summon the water elemental for a specific task, or if you knew you were getting involved in something ahead of time. Like, for example, if the situation were that you guys were attacking a known vampire hive, then you would
He'd
cast
want to do that
ahead
before
of
we
time.
get there.
Say,
Yeah.
I need you to help me fight this battle, and it would be like, okay, brother, I'll do that for you.
There we go, Rungus. That was the question that you needed answered.
The duration is it will last as long as you want it to stick around. It cannot leave until you release it. However, the longer that you hold it, the more frustrated and angry it'll get with you.
So it's like a Meeseeks. It just does not want to be alive for longer than a few minutes.
What?
You don't watch Rick and Morty?
Go watch Rick and Morty. It's spectacular.
I don't have TV.
Oh no! All right, so
Neither do I.
I'm just kidding. I got all the channels.
Full, right, Nat? My canteen is full.
Your canteen? Yeah, your canteen's full.
Okay. All right. So I still have my cross in my mouth.
It's disrespectful.
My hand,
It's all he has in his bar.
impair my ability to catch the people who jump down.
Can I say that one more time?
If I'm holding my canteen in my hand, will it impair my ability to catch the civilians who jump down from the Ferris wheel?
You could just drop your canteen in an effort to grab one of those guys if that situation were to happen.
Sure, sounds good. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my cantina off my utility belt and open the top,
Okay.
and be prepared to fling water at things if necessary.
I mean, you can fling it if you want to now. You don't have to wait. Yeah.
Or are there any enemies in range that I could hit with it?
Yeah, you got a 33 strength. You could, in theory, you could probably chuck at the vampire on the Ferris wheel if you really wanted to.
I don't
Oh
want
my
to.
god, that'd be dope.
I just want to fling the water out of the canteen, like I'm shaking
Yeah.
at that.
So,
Okay, so I want to try to.
It'll
And
take a while.
really close to getting one of the civilians anyway, isn't it?
yeah, so you could go. You could probably hit that one there, or you could hit this one behind you. Either one of those.
There's one.
Yeah, the one that the carnival workers are beating on.
Oh yeah, but the carnival workers got that one engaged. He's not engaged with me, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to save the person on the Ferris wheel by flinging some water at the vampire and hoping he'll lose his grip and fall down.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll me a strike check.
Okay. Strike.
check.
Is a D20.
1, 2.
Let me see if I have a bonus for strike.
You do. You
Strike
well,
with
that's for
bonus strike.
melee though.
Oh right. Okay.
Are you
So-
proficient with a canteen?
Yeah. It's more throwing water than canteen, but it's more
What am
more
I
in the
ro-
wrist.
Where do I find
All in the wrists.
my strike thing that I'm rolling against? What do I need to? What am I rolling here?
So at this distance, with this difficulty, you're probably gonna want an 8 or higher.
On a D20?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. All right.
Because again, you're not actually flinging an object; you're flinging water in an object, so it's slightly difficult than normal.
Got it. Here we go. 14
14,
is
all right.
good.
So you're able to fling your water at that vampire that's rushing up from behind. Roll me a 1d6 for damage.
This is the one on the Ferris wheel, right?
No, you said you were getting the one that was running up behind the civilian over here.
That is what you said.
How close? Oh, I thought I was getting the one on I was getting the civilian on the Ferris wheel. But that whichever one's at more whatever, that's fine. The one. So this guy's really close to the civilian here on the ground.
Yes.
Okay. I'm
And
pointing at
you.
it with my mouth, realizing you guys actually see me pointing at things with my mouse. So yes. Right. So yeah, that one that's running at us. Let's get him. Yep, sounds good.
Okay. Roll d6 for damage.
All right, 1d6 coming up. There it is. Boom. 4.
Okay.
Distance is pain.
All right. So you splash him some water from your canteen. He's a little surprised. I think he wasn't expecting that. He looks a little bit more surprised than hurt, but he does take some damage, and there is steam coming off of him, where he was hit with the water.
All right.
Okay, we're back to Katarina. She's going to turn to this other vampire and try to stake that one. And she actually is successful. It is not through the heart, but she is able to do some damage.
Katarina with the old steak and shake.
Oh. That's like twice now she's got somebody, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, she took one out. All
The
right.
most
way
useful
around,
person is the person not here.
Hype took somebody out.
That's true.
All right, so it's this vampire's
1.5.
turn.
That guy by the gate's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, the one that you hit there, back by the gate.
Yeah.
Is she's still writhing in pain. She's not even really paying attention to what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
So she's just kind of spinning around and screaming and trying to get herself dry as possible. Let's see here. That's going in the tent and still no luck. Man. Unbelievable. All right. Okay. Now we're at the vampire on the ride. All right. He takes a big bite out of that person that's on that ride with him.
This is the one on the Ferris wheel?
Yep.
Oh, no. There's still one other person who started to climb down who did not get bit yet,
There's
right?
2 other people on the Ferris wheel climbing down. Well, one's climbing down, the other one's too scared to move.
Got it.
They like to ride rides because they're scared of heights and they like to challenge their fears. But now all their worst fears are coming together at once.
Sure. Fair.
All right, now something's starting to happen. Let's go. Let's kick some butt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, this is all where you can't see it, so it doesn't actually matter just yet. And then where did? Oh, that guy. So she got bit. That one goes down. That one goes down.
Hmm.
And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, catches up to that civilian that you are so desperately trying to save.
Good.
And it's going to take a strike at that guy. But does not do so successfully, so kind of lunges
Okay.
at him but misses. It is now, Rungus, your last action of the round.
Uh-oh. And probably the last thing of this stream.
Yeah, probably. We'll get to this last round and we'll pick up next round.
Will this
For
end the round? This,
I'll leave it up to you
Way to
guys.
be-
If you guys
way
want
to
to run
be-
another round, we can go through.
Way to be subtle. Way to be subtle, Rungus.
I can.
It's late. I'm old.
I have to pee. Anyway, so
Well, you can refocus and re-roll your initiative to have a better initiative for next round, or you can choose to do something.
So that
You're
guy.
probably not going to get worse than what you've got.
So I got attacked. That guy got attacked by the vampire, the one that's right next to me.
Yes, you got to.
Okay.
So what happened is, get you a little. So this vampire is the one you threw the water on, as he was running up, and then this one came up running up from behind him, and attacked the guy.
Okay, so there's 2 of them there now.
Yes.
Okay. So can I move forward and try to place myself between them and the civilian?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I want to do that, and I still have the cross in my mouth, facing outwards.
So you could actually use the cross to push it back, in a sense.
Oh, Can I? Will my moving in between them automatically do that, or do I have to use an action to do that?
You could do that while you're moving. Like, that would be fine. That's not going to affect your action. So it would basically just be kind of like your movement all in one.
Rungus has a one-liner.
Okay, so yeah.
Uh-oh.
The $1 from the stream store, which I believe means I have to speak the line that he said, which just says, "I know, oh no, I need a refresh, BRB." So I'm going to drop that into conversation. That's what he's going to say out loud to these people. So, okay, so he's going to
No, I can't tell if he's.
I feel like he personally needed to refresh.
Yeah. I feel like that's not here.
That's a really
slow
weird
down.
one-liner.
I agree. All right, so whenever you get back, Good Devil, tell us what Rungus's one-liners be, and I'll make sure that that's what he says to these people at the end of his action. So he's going to stand. He's going to move in between the guys and put his, and since it's part of his movement action to front them with the wooden cross, he's going to do so.
Yeah,
how will they react?
Basically, what you can do is you can use that wooden cross to basically keep them at bay. Like,
right, sure.
Like you can kind of stand or hover over top of that guy and prevent them from attacking either.
And advancing any further, right?
Correct.
Oh, I hope that's the one-liner.
And I'm going to stand.
I really do.
And I'm going to hold the cross in one hand out towards them to keep them from advancing any further between me and the civilian, and then I'm going to use my canteen again and flick more water at them.
They should probably just put the one-liners in quotes so we know that's what they mean.
It's a good idea. All right, roll me your strike again. Which vampire are you going for? The wild one or the same one you flung it at before?
There we go. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
What? I'm sorry. Your question one more time, Nat.
Are you flinging the water at the same one you flung it at last time, or the new one that just ran up?
Whichever one is closest.
The one that just ran up is going to be closest.
Got it. So it sounds good. Here we go. Flinging. Well, I roll one d20, right?
Yes.
All right, here we go. And as he says it, as he throws it, he's going to yell, "Your toast has been burnt, and no amount of scraping will remove the black parts."
All right. As you say this, you hit it with the water. Roll 1d6 for damage. Between the water and the cross, this thing is just totally repulsed and forced to back up. It kind of is like doing this scraping motion on itself, like, trying to get all this filth of holiness and water and all this crap off of him. And then you say that liner, and it just stops and looks at you like, what?
I said, your toast has been burnt, and no amount of scraping will remove the black parts. I rolled a 6, so he takes 6 damage.
Can I look over my shoulder and go, did that big blue weird son of a bitch just say your toast has been burnt and no amount of scraping will remove all the black parts?
From the distance of where you are, you probably would not hear what was going on that far away.
And then I go, did you say something about toast?
You are also too far away. Rungus is
What's
taking his
up
own
with sticks,
personal
by the
battle
way?
on the other side of the group. All right, so that's this guy.
Thanks for the one-liner, Good Devil. That was fun.
That was a good one.
One day I'm going to get one.
No.
That's my dream.
I guess they just don't really want to hear what Dwyer has to say.
I mean, I don't. Well, just kidding. All right. So we're gonna finish up the vampires' attacks real quick. Did Billy ever come back, or is he still exited? No, he's still gone.
Oh, Billy had to go.
I think he dropped.
His phone died.
Oh no.
Right. So the vampire actually at the top of the Ferris wheel is close enough to hear you and talking about your burnt toast, and is so distracted by what a weird thing it was to say that he fumbled his attack to finish off the person that he has been attacking.
Nice.
All right. All right. Gotta be kidding me. Hey, all right. Somebody else died. Good. All right.
Why are you so happy about it?
I gotta give the vampires their fair share. Okay, I'll take that. All right, and then he's taking some more damage. There's carnival workers right behind you are really going to town on that fucking vampire. They are like destroying him.
But not actually killing him because they can't.
Yeah, they're like stabbing him and stabbing him. They haven't gotten him in the heart yet, but they've got their wooden stakes out and they're just going to town on him. The poor guy doesn't even have a chance. All right, so overall not a very good run with the vampires.
I don't know what you're talking about. It was a great run.
Well, since we lost Billy and we don't have Katarina, I'll say that we'll end in just a minute here.
It's been a really fun night.
what I want to do first is draw the commotion and all the craziness that's going on. You guys all hear, starting a little bit louder by louder every minute, the sound of something that sounds like a light beating. And as it gets closer and closer,
A light beating?
it starts to sound like wings, giant wings flapping. And then amongst all the chaos of everything that's going on, the giant bat with a vampire riding on top of it lands in the middle of the carnival.
That's very close to me.
You guys.
No.
And he begins to survey all the chaos that his minions are causing. And Rungus,
I've caused more chaos than the minions combined.
you would recognize this as probably the Master Vampire.
Would I also?
Yeah, as it was coming down, you would probably notice it. You'd still see his head above the tents over there. So yeah, you would see it as well.
What else do I know about Master Vampires?
That they're stronger. They're the strongest of the vampires.
If I kill Master Vampire, do all other vampires die
I do
or
believe
run
so.
away?
Yeah,
A bat.
Do I
would-
see this unfold from where I'm at too, right?
yeah, and you can't miss this. Everybody sees this happening.
What in the ever living son of a bitch is that fucking thing?
And I go, it's totally not bat season. What's going on here?
I'm gonna pull a Jon Snow and just scream at it.
Who's Jon Snow?
One.
You know nothing, Juan Snow.
True.
All right. Why don't we give some extra fate points for everybody stuck around till the end?
Yes. Are
Like
you doing that? I'll do it.
Bruskiskin?
Bruskiskin.
Nick Bliskin.
And we did it. There you go. Thanks for being here through the whole stream, guys. Or
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, unlike
Driscoll.
Adam.
Driscoll, Good Devil,
Duck season.
and Wistex, even though you came in late,
Hey, it's
you
still a
were
pleasure to have
you were still here, and that's all that matters.
Quack, quack.
Yeah, you were here.
Quack. Quack.
Quack.
Quack.
That's
Quack.
quackers.
Ducks
Quack.
quack together.
Quack.
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 Okay, that's enough.
Quack. 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 Quack.
Did somebody give the kazoo of duck summoning? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I don't think what
They finally
Did
arrived after
Driscoll-
blowing it 5 rounds ago.
except it was a
What?
fucking bat. It wasn't ducks.
Yeah, close
Was a bat.
It's because the goddamn gypsies. You can't trust them.
Oh no.
Adam, not cool.
Sorry.
Command buy an item from the stream store and summon in the kazoo of duck summoning.
enough.
Kazoo of duck summoning.
Now, is that just curious? Is that what we're gonna let them do? Are we gonna let people like literally create their own item and summon it in? Like, could the kazoo of duck summoning become a real thing?
I will allow it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, really, it comes down to the commands. People can, put whatever they want into the system or whatever. But different game systems have different ways that they kind of play out, like the healing or whatever. So most of the time, you guys are taking damage right now. It's going to be to your armor. So it would be more like a armor repair type deal, or it wasn't as bad as we thought it was kind of deal, to make it a little bit more palatable for game terms. Somebody puts something like that in there, I will allow it, but I am the controller of how it actually unfolds and how it will.
That makes
will play
sense.
out,
Yeah.
so.
How many fate dollars is that?
I don't know, but I want a goddamn duck kazoo right now.
So thanks, guys. That was really fun. That was awesome.
Driscoll, get on that. I want a duck kazoo. Make it happen.
Driscoll noted that the command for redeeming an item, it actually says you redeemed an encounter, not an item. So there's definitely an issue with that particular items.
That's odd. because the encounter is
Yeah.
something separate.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
And if for anybody who's
and-
here, the way the encounter works is if you're in a situation where they're kind of milling about town or out in the wilderness traveling, you can roll a random or use your fate chips to force a random encounter, and have a random chart that I'll roll on to determine what actually happens. But
Sweet.
otherwise, I just kind of leave it up to chance whether something happens or not, unless you guys intervene.
So the audience can help us power level.
Kind of.
Yeah, with that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
can
mean,
give
if
us
they want,
XP.
they could just XP reward you guys until you
Yeah.
have enough points.
Yeah, let's just
This is
over
like
level the content.
giving this is just like giving Blizzard like $20, and getting the extra boost.
Yeah, well, you guys gotta just like in the mock or whatever it was, the Hunger Games. You have to appeal to your audience to get them to want to do things for you.
I am your tribute. Give me things.
Don't send me tribute.
And what they should do is, if the one-liners you guys do, if you do a good job executing them, they should reward you with XP. If you do a bad job, then they should take some away.
Really? So someone, for example,
Ooh.
should have awarded me XP for throwing that vampire through the dimensional rift in the rift car ride.
So I will actually award
Oh.
XP for that.
Ooh.
So, but they can award extra XP if they want, if they really thought that was cool.
Because I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, the name is in the game name.
It was okay.
Rift.
No, it was.
I rolled a 20,
It was pretty cool.
You rolled 2 20s, dude. That was pretty sick.
and
Oh,
I didn't reuse a single gimmick I used last night.
that should also be said. That should something else I should say. If you, the viewer, have any suggestions,
Yep.
if you want to see something, if you think that something should be done a certain way, let us know. I will not promise. I will not promise that we will listen to you, but I'll at least read it.
Unless you use big words, then he'll ask me to read it to him.
I can't read so good.
All right,
Me,
guys.
yes, Wistex, you choose. It's up to you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is that like Blistex?
Yeah, only you don't rub it against your top lips.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna calculate experience real quick for you guys. 50, 200.
Yes. It's all right, dude. You don't have to be that familiar with it. You just have to know that it takes place in the future text, and that it takes place in after like a huge catastrophe, and in the future like a bunch of parallel dimensions open up, and now there's all sorts of weird creatures everywhere, and nothing is as it was previously seemed. So that's all you really need.
It's basically the RPG version of that like cartoon special that was on when you were a kid, where all the different cartoons came together to fight drugs, and you had like Cobra hanging out with like Care Bears and like basically, if it can exist, it exists in this world.
Didn't some
so.
producer just
sure where
take a
you're
lot
going
of
with
drugs and come up with that idea?
Yeah, like Fozzie the Bear's sitting there and he gets hooked on the crack, and then Kermit's got to help him get clean.
All right, so experience points for tonight. Ryan, you get 275.
Yeah.
Armand, 225.
Oh yeah.
Adam, 200.
Yeah.
Also good.
And Chris, you get 300.
I am
Good
over.
man.
I am a
How did
little
Chris-
over
how did Chris
10%.
get 300?
What I
He got for different skill checks that he did, and then you guys all got 150 for killing the 2 vampires out of the 15.
Yeah.
And I gave him points for a creative idea for using this canteen water.
Got
was
it.
smart.
That's good. Good call. What? How much did Katarina get?
Not very much. I think she was like
Ah.
1 skill. Plus she gets, for
But she,
killing
Yeah, but
vampires.
she killed that one
I was
vampire.
gonna say she did more than any one of us.
Or she killed 2
I
vampires.
mean,
I thought she
technically
killed, or-
I did everything, but we'll give her some points.
Dungeon Daddy gets all the points.
I get to go up in the experience levels.
Great. Now that's level 2.
All right, guys.
All right,
Alright,
Thanks
guys,
for
have a good
everything.
night.
now that you've peed, Rungus, you feel better?
Thank you.
Rungus,
So
did you get
we're
your
gonna do
experience
round-
points?
We're gonna do round 2 then.
Yeah, Rungus, you get experience. Did you get your experience?
How much experience did I
You
get?
get 300 experience.
6 points.
Awesome.
That's
20 Vic, though.
300 less than I got.
So I now have 425.
You're moving on up.
Yep.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks everybody
Thank
again
you.
for sticking around.
Thanks, everybody.
It was great.
Bye.
See you,
Bye, guys.
Twitch.